So this book, after only 1 month of publishing, started earning over $1,000 a day, and another within 2 months is estimated to earn up to $29,000. So in the next few minutes, I'll turn you from someone who doesn't have any idea to someone ready to launch a similar business and start making sales. And I promise this tutorial will be different, as we'll go through each step in detail, from finding winning ideas to creating your book, all the way to launching your business the right way. So how are these people making money? Well, they're using a free business model known as Amazon KDP, which lets you list your books on Amazon and earn royalties for every book sold. And this model is great for beginners, as there's no risk of losing money. All you do is publish your books, and Amazon does the rest, like printing and shipping to your customers. But what types of books should you create? Well, there are 3 types. Low content books, such as planners and journals. These are easy to make, but come with high competition and quite low profit margins. Of course, if something is easy to make, it will have lots of competition. That's why we have medium content books, such as coloring books and activity books. These are a bit more challenging to create and have medium competition and higher profit margins. Finally, we have high content books. These include guides and both nonfiction and fiction books. High content books are hard to copy, which means less competition and, of course, much higher profit margins. For beginners, I suggest focusing on medium to high content books. But that doesn't mean that you can't succeed in high competition categories, because it's all about your unique ideas and how to stand out. For instance, take a look at this book, Things I Can't Say Out Loud in Meetings. It's a lined journal notebook and falls under the low content category. The listing is just 3 months old and already makes $30 in royalties daily. That's about $900 a month, which is very good. Next, we have this coloring book, a perfect example of a medium content book. It's only 1 month old, but it's estimated to bring up to $500 in daily royalties. And if we check the content, we will notice simple and easy to make designs. Moving on to this step-by-step workout guide. It features 80 exercises with illustrations, videos, and challenges, making it an excellent high content book. As I said before, high content books are hard to copy and have high profit margins. So it's no surprise that this book earns around $1,200 daily. You might think creating books like these takes ages. Well, that used to be a few months ago, because nowadays you can easily replicate any of the books with the help of AI. Here's a quick example. In under 10 minutes, I managed to whip up designs similar to this coloring book, and all it took was a simple prompt. The only difference that this listing makes $15K a month and we don't. But this is not all. I promise things will get even more exciting as we go further into the video. Alright, so with a basic understanding of Amazon KDP, we'll start with how to find winning product ideas. And I'll show you 2 methods. One is paid and the other is free. Okay, so I discovered this paid tool called BookBeam. Once you're in, it opens up access to a bunch of useful tools. But the one I'm really into is the niche finder. Here's how it works. After selecting the niche finder, you're greeted with various filters to play with. But I usually pick a preset from the drop-down menu at the top. For example, you can search for top-selling books, or better yet, spy on the newest books that are selling well. There are also tailored filters for journals, planners, notebooks, coloring books, and so on. Say we choose the new high-selling books. You'll see a huge list pop up showing newly published books that are doing great in sales. However, I recommend tweaking the number of review filters to a maximum of 20 to 40. This will narrow down your competition even further. Right next to each book, you'll see the BSR, monthly sales, royalties, and price. Simply start opening these listings on Amazon to get more details. Check what they offer, how many pages, the content, the design, and so on. And if you find something you're interested in, basically add it to your product ideas list. So using this tool, you can quickly find a bunch of winning ideas that you can recreate for your Amazon KDP business. I've actually already done the research and created a list of successful KDP products across various niches. Each book on this list is proven to work. So for a quick start, check out the description below. Now, moving to the free method to find products, you will need this Chrome extension called DS Amazon Quick View. This extension shows you the BSR, or best-selling rank, for Amazon products. If you don't know what BSR is, it's basically like a sales score. The lower the BSR, the more people are buying that product. Let me show you an example of how this free method works. First, head over to Amazon and use the search bar up here. You might start with a broad niche or a specific product in mind. Let's take coloring books as an example. On the left, you'll see the total number of results for this term, which you can use to determine the competition level. Now, with the extension, you can see the BSR under each product. This number tells us whether a product is selling well. But what BSR number should you aim for? Well, in general, a good BSR number is usually between 1 and 80,000. But that also depends on the category you're in. For example, this one has a BSR of around 2 million. So this is definitely not a good product to sell. Another has a BSR of over 500,000. So it's the same deal. Definitely not something we want to create. And the paid tool I use confirms these are making 0 sales. Now, this book has a 7,000 BSR, which is definitely a winning product. And we can see it makes around 30 sales per day. And another one with 37,000 BSR, making around 8 sales a day. So your task is simple. Keep scrolling and find products with a promising BSR and add them to your list. But we're not done, as I'm going to show you what I like to call the space method. Basically, type your niche or product and then press the space key. This will help you niche down your idea for even less competition. So instead of just coloring books, you can now target coloring books for adults, kids, teens, etc. Let's say we choose coloring books for adults. You can see the results went down from 70,000 to 60,000, and you can keep going. So if I hit space again, I'll get coloring books for adults, relaxation, animals, large print, and so on. So if we choose relaxation, for example, we will be down to 40,000 results. And you can keep narrowing down as much as you want. Then start doing the same thing. Scroll down and find products with a good BSR for your own KDP business. So we've now discovered 2 methods to find winning products. Both are effective. It just comes down to how much time you want to spend on research. And now we're moving to the most exciting part, as we'll now focus on creating the content, designing the cover, and getting it all set for publishing. We'll be replicating this book here, the Kawaii Coloring Book, and the final results came out incredible. As you can see, it's 8 months old, has a BSR of 17,000, and it's making about 18 sales a day. That means $25 in daily royalties. The first step will be to analyze the book and see how we can potentially stand out. We can see it offers different illustrations, such as animals, fast food, and sweet treats. It includes 42 illustrations and a total of 85 pages. And if we check the actual content, it's actually very simple. Next, we must read some reviews to get an idea of what people like and don't like. For example, some reviews complain about illustrations being off-center and cut out. So this is something important to avoid when designing the book. Another review says, "We like the book because it's simple and not too complicated." This means we should also keep our illustrations simple and clean. So reading the reviews will help you avoid mistakes and stand out, because you'll be designing your book based on what people actually like. So as you know, the main part of coloring books is the actual illustrations. And to get endless ideas, we're going to use ChatGPT. So here's the prompt I used. I'm working on a kawaii themed coloring book for kids. I need ideas for items to include. Please suggest 10 items in each of the following categories, keeping them minimal and cute. So then I included the categories inspired by the competitor: animals, fast food, and sweet treats. And by using this prompt, I came up with illustration ideas for my book in just a few seconds. So now we need to turn these ideas into actual illustrations. Here, we can use any AI image generator, such as Midjourney or Leonardo AI, for example. But for this one, I'll use a custom GPT called Coloring Book Hero, which is tailored for creating coloring pages. Honestly, I was quite impressed with its quality and how simple it was to use. Here's how it's done. We'll start by opening the illustration list we generated. We'll go through them one by one. For instance, our first illustration is a puppy. All I need to do is open the GPT and type in something as simple as a cute puppy, and the GPT will generate the first coloring page in seconds. The next one is a kitten. Just type a cute kitten into the GPT. And there you have it, another unique coloring page ready to go. Once you've completed all the illustrations in your first category, say animals in our case, you move on and repeat the same process until you've got all your illustrations ready. Now, this step is optional, but I suggest using an image upscaler to enhance the quality. Okay, you should have all your book content lined up by now, and it's time to start piecing everything together. So let's start designing. I always begin with the book cover, since it's the first thing people will see. So go to Canva and create a new design. Oh, but hold on, what's the book size? To figure this out, open the competitor listings, scroll down, and you'll find the book size right here. In our case, the book is 8.5 by 11 inches. And with this in mind, we can now download the right template. Go to Google and search for KDP cover calculator. On the calculator site, you'll input several details. Start with the binding type, which is usually paperback. Choose the interior type, black and white or color. Then pick your paper type and page turn direction, and decide if you want measurements in inches or millimeters. Now, select the interior trim size, which is 8.5 by 11 inches in our case. Finally, input the total number of pages. After that, click Calculate Dimensions, and then Download Template. You'll get a PNG and a PDF file. Open the PDF and copy the overall dimensions displayed. Back in Canva, create a custom design using these dimensions from the template. And there you go. You've now got the correct cover size. But before designing, I like to upload the PNG file to Canva and drag it into my template. Press Shift+R and you'll notice a ruler appears on the screen. Now, use this ruler to create guidelines based on the template. This will ensure your design fits perfectly while designing. So on the right side, we have the front cover, and on the left, the back cover. And with your guidelines set, it's time to get creative. Start by reviewing your competitors' covers. Screenshot the best sellers to reference as you design. So I spent about 30 minutes on Canva. And here's what I did. I started by adding this gradient layer as the base of my background. After that, I added the title of my book. I was inspired by my competition and named it Kawaii Coloring Book, which is simple and clear. As you can see, I've also used a font that fits the theme nicely. Then I moved on to graphics. I added this cute looking cat right behind the text, giving it a nicer look. I also included smaller kawaii icons related to the book's content. However, the top part looked a bit empty. So I added 2 clouds behind the cat, and that completed the front cover. For the back cover, it was even simpler. I just added samples of the coloring pages and a text saying 30+ fun illustrations. At this point, I had the book cover done and ready to use. But before we move on, here's a quick tip. Place the PNG template over your design and adjust the transparency. Double check and ensure all elements fit well within the template. Once you're satisfied with the cover, simply download it as a PDF print. And now we will start the interior design, which means the actual content inside our book. I'll head back to Canva and create a new template using our book dimensions, 8.5 by 11 inches. And the first thing I'll do is upload the trim size template. Now, if you don't know, Amazon has different trim sizes. I'll leave a link in the description for you to download these guides for free. Anyway, I will start by setting the guidelines just as before. Then I'll grab a shape, stretch it to fit our template, and make it transparent. After that, I'll select the border style from the options available. And voila! We've got this cool looking frame for our pages. Next step, uploading our designs to Canva and piecing it all together. It's super simple. I'll drag and drop the graphics onto my template, making sure everything fits perfectly. Our competitor left their pages with just the graphics, but I wanted to add a little extra. So I decided to add the name for each design and make it colorable as well. I think this will make us stand out a bit more. So using the same font as the cover, I added the name for each design. Then I applied the hollow effect, which creates an outline of the text. The process is simple from here. Duplicate the page, switch out the illustration and text for each one, and repeat until all your pages are done. You can also include an introduction page, section dividers, and a thank you page at the end. Once everything's put together, save it all as a PDF print. And there you go. Your book is now ready to be published. Now, head over to Amazon KDP and sign up for free. Once you're in, your dashboard will look similar to this. Click on Create and choose the book type. In our case, it'll be paperback. Now, on this page, you must fill in the required information about your book, starting with the title. I suggest you look at your competition and try to come up with a similar title for your book. Just please don't copy the title as it is. Or what you can do is copy the winning title and head to ChatGPT. Give the bot your book details and ask to create a title using the competitor title as a reference. This will also give you different options to choose from. Next, enter the author's name, then move to the description. Again, you can use similar listings for ideas, or you can ask ChatGPT to help craft an Amazon-optimized description. After that, you need to select the book category. If you don't know what to select, open a similar listing and scroll to the product details. And if you click here, you'll see the book category on the left-hand side. Then, you must enter keywords related to your product. And if you have no idea, you can use the space method again. Simply type your product name in the search bar and hit space. And Amazon will suggest keywords based on what people are currently searching for. So you can copy these and use them for the keywords. Once that's done, hit save and continue. Now, for the ISBN, you can either use your own or request a free ISBN from Amazon. Choose your print option, black and white or color, and make sure the trim size matches your Canva template. In our case, 8.5 by 11. Select your bleed settings and paperback cover finish. Then here, where it says manuscript, you need to upload your book content, which means the PDF pages you've created in Canva. And right under it, upload your book cover. You need to tell Amazon whether you use AI to create your book. In our case, we did. So I'll select yes. Once you've uploaded everything, click Launch Previewer to check what your final book will look like. If you see any errors, you can head back to Canva and make the necessary changes to the template. If everything looks fine, click on Approve. Here, Amazon is telling us how much our book production will cost. So click on Save and Continue to set our prices. I recommend starting with something low until you get a few sales. So here, you can see the royalty, which is how much you'll make for each book sold. You can also check the prices for the different markets. So at this point, you're just one click away from publishing your book. However, before publishing your book, I recommend ordering a copy to check the quality. But if you prefer not to do so, simply click the Publish button. The Amazon team will then begin reviewing your book, and if everything is good, it will be approved and published on Amazon. Thanks for watching, and good luck!